Hey peoples. I just wanted to go live and give you an update on my crash in Toronto 2 days ago on the electric scooter. And long story short, it sucks. I'm gonna be out of commission for a while, walking with these. And I've got a cast on my left foot. Fractured my left foot, so I don't know how long it's gonna have to stay on. And this is just from the emergency department I visited yesterday. I still have to visit the fracture clinic specialist to get their prognosis and and to tell me how to proceed. But needless to say, this sucks. I mean, I'm clearly frustrated. Yeah. Anyway, hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Got a cast on my foot, have to walk with crutches, all because I hit a utility indent in the road 2 days ago. And yeah. Yeah, I basically was spending all day at the hospital yesterday waiting for the emergency room and to get seen, but what I feared most was true. I have broken bones, fractures in my foot there. So it's life. I have to deal with it. Yeah, a lot of people coming on now, wondering what happened. So if anyone didn't see that live stream, the last live stream I did 2 days ago, I was riding an electric scooter back from the CNE in Toronto, the Canadian National Exhibition, and I was trying to beat the rain, had the scooter going at a good speed, and there was just this freaking utility hole there, indented into the ground. It was a square construction cut, and it wasn't level with the asphalt, so it was down here, the hole, and the asphalt's up here. So my scooter ate it full force, and I fell off my scooter. I unfortunately fractured my foot, and now I'm here. Yesterday I spent almost the entire day at the hospital, so in Canada. Oh man, this is not what I wanted the outcome to be. I'm sure none of you wanted this outcome either, but yeah, for someone so active like me to have a foot injury and I can't walk anymore, walk like I used to anyway, this is very frustrating. It's definitely going to set me back a bit. I mean, no one could have seen that hole coming in the road. Hmm. Oh man, this is terrible. I mean, it's bad, like getting injured in a foreign country that you're just visiting, and now I have to worry about what my future arrangements are, you know? I mean, yeah. These crutches are so hard to deal with. I've never had to walk with crutches before or manage, and I was like so clumsy with them coming out of the hospital. Angela asking if I'll be on crutches for 6 weeks. I don't know, actually. So I'm gonna sum it up for everyone again. 2 days ago, coming back from the CNE in Toronto, I was riding an electric scooter. Actually, it wasn't mine. It was Johnny Stride's scooter. I was borrowing it from him because I didn't want my other scooter to get stolen. He was like, use mine, it's less value. But looking back on it, hindsight is 2020, they say, right? My scooter that I brought from New York City probably would have handled that hole better, and maybe I wouldn't have fell. But you know what, I ate it and I'm here now. Basically, I was riding the scooter at a good speed, hit into a utility cutout like this big. The asphalt was like up here, so fell down and fractured my foot. Gosh, this is horrible. Oh, I got a super chat from Meg Berg. Thanks, Meg. I really appreciate it. No, Jonathan, the pothole. It wasn't even a pothole. It was a utility like cover. There was a square construction cut, and the utility cutout was in the middle. The asphalt wasn't level with it, so I fell into it. It's a very small hole. Oh man. Yeah, James, I'm in a cast. So basically what happened was, I could play back the video of when I fell. Let me do that.
What the heck? Oh my gosh. That was a big pothole, man. Ow.
Actually, I think I could even rewind this a little bit. Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not going all the way back.
What the heck?
You can watch it over and over. Basically, you see, I'm like running with the scooter for like a good second before I fell.
Oh my gosh. That was a big pothole, man. Ow.
Yeah, that's what happened. Vivian's with a $5 super chat says maybe you can rent an electric scooter or wheelchair for the time you need it. I'm not doing anything right now until I visit the fracture clinic of the hospital. My appointment is in 2 days. So, anyway, little bit about the specifics of the injury. So, you saw that video, and thanks, Angela R. I appreciate your prayers. anyway, the way I fell, I was like running at practically almost the max speed of that scooter, which is like close to 30 kilometers an hour. And that kind of like trauma on my foot that just hit down on the ground right away ended up being too much for my bones. So what I got from the hospital, by the way, had to see the go to the hospital and wait pretty much all day. That's Canada Healthcare. I got an x-ray. I have 2 fractures on my left foot. It's what's called a Lisfranc fracture. And from what the doctor told me, he said that it's actually not really a common injury. It can be complicated because it's the mid part of the foot. It's from the mid foot, and it was named because there was this French physician way back when who noticed this specific type of injury from cavalrymen who fell from their horses because their foot would be dangling from the strap, and that's how the foot broke. So that's how my foot broke too, or fractured. It's not. I didn't see the X-ray. I just got the report. I could read it to you. Oh man. Let me see. Maybe I could fold this a little bit so you could see it better. I'll fold the personal information as much as I can so you can't read it. But, yeah, I'll even fold this part too. Oh man. Oh, thanks, Peter Laycock, 50 pounds. Really appreciate it, Peter, with $1.99 looking to using a knee walker for a while. So here's my X-ray reports. It says 3 views left foot. Findings is a Lisfranc injury with a small avulsion fracture. The medial first TMT joints, and then there's a fracture of the 3rd metatarsal base with mild distraction. There's no malalignment at the TMT joints, soft tissue swelling over the midfoot, no fracture or malalignment elsewhere. Further evaluation with CT may be a value to assess for occult fractures. And I did get a CT scan yesterday. I didn't get the results for it, but I will know the situation when I visit the fracture specialist on Tuesday. Right now, what I have on is just a temporary cast until I get to my appointment on Tuesday, and I gotta walk with crutches because I cannot put any weight on this foot here, the left foot. So 2 fractures on my left foot there. Oh man. Lisa asked if I'm in a lot of pain. No, I'm not in that much pain. It's like a very dull pain. So yeah, that's my injury. Lisfranc injury, 2 fractures on my left foot there. It sucks to be injured while traveling, that's for sure. And this isn't the first time I've gotten well, not injured, I'd say, needed medical treatment when I was traveling. The last time I needed it was when I was in Taiwan. I actually got food poisoning and I needed to go to the hospital there. I was out for like a week, I think, or 2 weeks. Thanks, Mary. $28 Canadian. Get well soon. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So, more about my injury. The doctor came over and said that the orthopedist said that it most likely does not need surgery, but they did order the CT scan just to make sure. So I'm really hopeful that surgery won't be needed and I can just get casted up and wait and get better. But even simple fractures, they're gonna take, a month and a half, 2 months to heal. And then it's not like I'm gonna be able to walk the same right away. I'm gonna need to, go adjust myself again to get my strength back. Joan says it could have been worse, just needs time to heal. Yeah, looking back on it, it could have been worse, but then again, who wants to be stuck in this situation? Especially someone like me who's super active, and now I can't walk for a while. Thanks, Bordy. $20. Sorry to hear about your accident. AK, hope you recover soon. I hope so too. It's terrible to go through this. And since I'm traveling up here, here alone, and I have all my stuff with me. I drove the car up from New York City, so yeah, that's gonna be another issue I have to deal with. I don't know what my future plans are. I guess I'm gonna have to wait for the fracture clinic to see what's gonna happen first. Oh, thanks, Leanne. $49.99. Things will work out. Just focus on healing and resting. Your videos always make me smile. Thank you. I mean, trying to put a smile on my face. I know I'm sounding like this is the end of the world, but you know what? I know eventually this will heal and I'll be back on my feet again. It's just that it's a big setback for me. I Walk NYC says, sorry, hope for a speedy recovery. Has something like this happened before in your lifetime while riding your bike or scooter? No, I've never broken any bones before or needed a cast. This is my very first time. So, yeah, first time ever needing to go to the emergency room to get casted. I have fell from my bike or scooter before, but that was very minor. I've never had like a serious bike or scooter injury until now. There was actually one that could have been bad, maybe about like, I would say 15 years ago, where I was in New York City and I was riding a bike in the middle of the winter time, and there was this big hummock in the road, so it was like this, and I was going pretty quick on my bike. I actually fell backwards on my bike, believe it or not. I thought, oh shit, like I'm gonna really get hurt, but I actually didn't get hurt that badly. I landed on my butt, on my right butt cheek, bounced, and I was okay. Like nothing ever happened. Like I went boing, and the only thing that could tell that I had some kind of like incident from that was just the stains on my clothes, on my pants. Oh, I got another super chat from Lisa K. Beecham. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Peter says, $199. I also applied, applying for SSDI. Oh man. I mean, I really have to see what happens at the fracture clinic first, because I don't know the seriousness of my injuries until they review it. This visit to the ER yesterday was just like a, preliminary fix. They just casted my foot and they looked at the x-ray. They said it's good, that it probably won't need surgery from the orthopedist, but in the case that it does, I may need a very long recovery time. I was also looking online on this specific injury, the Lisfranc injury. Apparently there are like some serious ones that can happen with this injury. Like it could actually break at the ligaments and really limit your mobility, or tear them. So that needs a lot of like physical therapy to get back to normal. And some people don't even make it back to normal. Yeah. I hope I can get back to normal. It's just a regular recovery time, 6 to 8 weeks, and I'll be back on my feet making videos again. I mean, that, to me, making videos isn't really my primary concern. It's getting better, really. Paul says, so you can't drive anymore for weeks? I don't know. Fracture clinic will have to decide that. Eventually, I do have to make it back to New York City, though, because there's no way I could travel and do this stuff on my own. I do need family members to take care of me. So, yeah, after the fracture clinic, I'm going to have to decide how I want to proceed with, as regards to medical care, transportation back to New York, if I could drive myself back. But, I have a lot of stuff to load in my car again. And thankfully, my host here has been very accommodating. He's been, like, retrieving stuff for me, and food and laundry, all that. Newfie says, yeah, that could happen. Someone fly to Toronto and drive my car back. But yeah, there's no way I could like remain somewhere by myself. I need to like have someone with me just to make sure like I'm okay, because walking around on crutches and just doing basic tasks like laundry, going to the restroom or bathroom is very, very tough. Thanks, Simeon. Couldn't be able to catch up with your live stream after your Asia trip due to time zone difference. Really sad it happened. Get well soon. Thank you. I mean, yeah, no one wants to be in this situation where you're out of commission, can't walk. It sucks. Just plain and simple. Yeah, that's another option, Flagler. I could have my car shipped to New York City as well, but you know, that'll all have to be dealt with later. I mean, that's just, you know, personal property, car, you know, my camera stuff, everything. I can have it all brought back eventually. It's, you know, my foot that counts and my health right now. Not just physical as well, but mental, because this is, to be honest, it's frustrating for me. I'm flustered because, you know, I can't do everything that I want to do now. Roxy says get a walking boot instead of a cast. We'll have to see. The fracture specialist will have to decide that. Emerson, thank you for 10 Brazilian real. I appreciate it. Just walking with these is such a pain. I could show you some. Yeah, my first walking adventure post hospital visit. I've gotten used to these. Somewhat. You gotta like put these up forward and go. Or I could just like hop too, but oh, as for personal insurance or travel insurance, I don't have any of that. So everything that I'm gonna have to get treated for my injury here is gonna have to be paid out of pocket. Anyway, my experience with Canadian healthcare was a bit of a mixed sign, because anyway, I went to the emergency room. I got an Uber to go there, and had to check in with a self-service kiosk. It was kind of like lining up for like a government service in the US, like the DMV. They call your number and then you go to triage, you get registered, and then I got brought into a separate room, the purple room, and I had to wait 6 hours just to see a doctor at the emergency room, because apparently that's how Canadian healthcare works. They're so like backlogged and they're short staffed. So that's what happens. There are a lot of people actually in the room with me with other physical injuries too. They actually like fell and broke bones also. Osflago says, beware the purple room. That's actually where I had to That's actually where I was sent, the purple room. And when I was going into the hospital, I was hopping out of the Uber on one foot, like, as I couldn't walk. Falcon Scott says Canadian health system needs to get better. I mean, it's not in good shape. Anyway, I got seen by a doctor. I think he must have been the only doctor in that emergency room. So I'm fortunate I was able to see him. But the nurses and the staff there, the doctor was really nice. Like they took very good care of me. It was just the waiting time that was really long. And they brought me in for an x-ray first, and I got the x-ray. They brought me back to the emergency room. The doctor reviewed the x-rays and gave me the findings, and had to consult the orthopedic doctor. Then that's when they casted me and gave me the fracture clinic appointment. And then after that, I went to the CT room, CAT scan room, and got CAT scan of my foot, which is basically a more detailed image of my foot that's even more detailed than an x-ray, to see if there's any like fractures they miss during the x-ray that could complicate, my recovery or something. So Damien, thank you for €2, appreciate it. Asked if I could still drive. I mean, I guess I could drive if I really have to, because I drive with my right foot, not my left. But even still, it's going to be hard to drive with a broken casted foot on my left side. Just a girl, $5, please come on off and update us. Prayers to you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of your prayers and love and understanding too, as I get through all this frustration now. I mean, it's really the first time I've been seriously injured like this. Never broke a bone in my life. I guess you could call myself pretty lucky so far. And you know me, I'm usually very cautious when I ride my scooter or walk around. I'm like, oh look, there's a crack in the road. I walk around it, or take it really slow and careful. I mean, if you look back at that live stream I did, this video, I'm gonna play it again. Oh my gosh.
What the heck?
Here you could see. There's no way to anticipate it. Unless I was not following the car in front of me so close, maybe I would have seen it, but it was such a small hole. Almost knocked my crutches over. Ugh. Richard says you need to find someone to ride back with you. I mean, probably that's what's going to happen. I might call a family member over to help me drive back to New York City. Dante says he walked some crazy spots with no issues. Yeah, you've seen my videos. I've walked and biked a lot of places with worse holes than that. But you know what the problem with this hole was? It wasn't even a pothole or a defect in the road. I'm taking the blame for this one, because, I ate that hole, but it was, to be honest, a really poor construction work, because that utility cover was here and the asphalt was up here. They didn't pave it smooth. So out of all the places in the road, I hit a hole like this big, my scooter tire. Well, it's not even my scooter, it's my friend Johnny's. I borrowed it from him. Oh, yeah, Lizzo, you sent the screenshot of the hole on Google. Yeah, I saw that hole on Google Maps. It was still there on Google Street View. You know, out of all the times I've ridden my scooter, bike, walks, like I've been very fortunate not to break any bones or hurt myself seriously. I've actually noticed it more like in the past year and a half, where I fell. I sprained my ankle twice. Once in Miami and another one in the Boston area. That actually set me back a while. Funky Child says, as someone who rides an e-bike in New York City, my biggest fears are potholes and getting to work. Yeah, potholes are not fun. Like, I've dealt with potholes before, but usually the potholes that you don't see and are small are the ones that cause the most damage, because the ones that are like so big like this, you could see them, but this one was a freaking poorly cut utility cover and I ate it. Like, there's no way you could see it. Even like if I was going slow, I think I still would have hit it, because like the black top was here and it was like a, you know, if you're looking at it straight on, it's like so yeah. Ruti says 6 weeks for foot to get better, but takes months for symptoms to go away. I mean, I guess I'll find out firsthand what happens. I'm going through it. First time in my life ever having to deal with a cast and fractures, you know. Thanks, Zeep here, 509. I'm a legend. I appreciate it. Thanks, Tom Seeley, $5. This won't be as restricted as you think. There are better mobility helpers than crutches. Hope you have quick, successful recovery. I appreciate it. Thanks. I really appreciate all your support, everyone. I mean, I know you're all worried about me, and you know, I worry about myself too. You know, I did my best to keep myself out of trouble, not intentionally like go into like potholes and stuff, but 2 days ago it was just unlucky. That's just what happened. I got unlucky, and now I'll be out for a few months at the minimum. Thanks, K-Man. €10. Thank goodness your injury is not worse. Hope you recover soon. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I really have to see what the fracture clinic says Tuesday. I'm really hoping and praying that I do not need surgery on this foot. I mean, there's a good sign already. The x-rays show that I probably don't need surgery. Neon 99 with $50, praying for your quick recovery. You take us to places you can never go, and it comes with excitement and also danger, but you keep going to bring us your amazing content. When you fully recover, even more amazing content will come out. Oh yes, I can guarantee that. You know, looking back on it, like although I'm frustrated right now, like you know, breaking my foot, fracturing my foot, there's a lot of things that could have happened that could have been worse. What if there was a car behind me and I got ran over? Or, man, I'm sounding like a total gloom and doomer, but yeah, I can recover from this is basically what I want to say. It'll just take me at least a few months. I hope, you know, and I hope I can get full functionality of this foot back again. You know, I'm still young, and there's a chance I can make a complete recovery. That's what I hope. You know, because some people who recover from this Lisfranc foot fracture or ligament injury, they never get 100% back functionality of their foot. So I really hope that mine makes a recovery. Thanks, Peter Laycock. I really appreciate it. So for those of you tuning in now, I'll recap what happened to me. So my last live stream that I did, I was leaving Toronto CNE, the Canadian National Exposition, riding my e-scooter. I was trying to beat the rain, and on a side street there, I hit a utility cutout circle like this big. There was blacktop on the top, but the utility cutout was down here, so it was really hard to see. It's almost impossible to see, to be honest. And went down into it, and I'll show the video again.
What the heck?
Yeah, and you saw the video. I was running with my scooter for a good second before I fell and landed on my hand. This is nothing, you know. It's just bruised, but it'll heal up. And I got a little bit of a abrasion here, but I got what's called a Lisfranc fracture. I got two of them. I'll read this to you. So, a Lisfranc injury is an injury of the foot in which one or more of the metatarsal bones are displaced from the tarsus. It's basically the midfoot area. And it was named because there's a French surgeon and physician named Jacques Lisfranc de Saint-Martin who noticed this fractured pattern in cavalrymen in 1815 because they would fall from their horses and dangle from the straps there, so it'll break. Thank you, Househead 68 for your super chat, praying for your recovery. So sorry to hear you suffered an injury. Yeah, I'm really bummed out about it, but I'm alive. I can make a recovery from this. I hope I can make a complete recovery from this. But yeah, for now I'll be out of commission. Anyway, so yeah, I fractured my midfoot, basically 2 bones. From what I was reading online or watching online, I fractured my 3rd metatarsal bone, which is a rigid bone of the metatarsal that doesn't have like many ligaments moving. So maybe because it's a rigid one, it could just heal up and not require surgery, because the 2nd metatarsal bone has more movement. It's flexible, and the first one, according to the X-ray report, says I have a small avulsion fracture of the first medial TMT joint, and I have a fracture of the 3rd metatarsal base with mild distraction. But the X-ray also shows there's no misalignment of any of the bones. So no fracture or malalignment elsewhere, no malalignment at the TMT joints, so there's no malalignment there. Soft tissue swelling over the midfoot. So yeah, basically I could read you why I had this injury. It says Lisfranc injuries are caused when excessive kinetic energy is applied either directly or indirectly to the midfoot and are seen in traffic collisions or industrial accidents. Direct Lisfranc injuries are usually caused by a crush injury, such as heavy object falling on the midfoot or the foot being run over by a car or a truck, or someone landing on the foot after a fall from a significant height. Oh man. This is an indirect injury I have. So indirect Lisfranc injuries are caused by a sudden rotational force on a plantar flex downward pointing forefoot. So I was like this. Examples of this trauma include a rider falling from a horse, the example I gave, but the foot remaining trapped in the stirrup. So that's why it was the Lisfranc injury, because back then, 1815, cavalrymen would fall over and go boop, and the foot will be hanging. Or a person falling forward after stepping into a storm drain, which is kind of like what I did. I went, and then you saw the video. I was like, so my right foot was on the scooter platform and the left foot hit the ground first. So my scooter was like, and I went boom. So that initial hit of the ground going at like 30 kilometers an hour, you know, a human's not supposed to run that fast, or you could probably do it, but like, yeah, it's hard on your bones, as you saw there, it broke. So boom, that's probably what fractured it, the first impact of the ground. And I probably landed like this, trying to stop my speed with my feet, you know. I was running when, and I couldn't stop myself, so I ran forward and boom. That's what happened. I landed on the ground first like this with my foot. That's why my midfoot broke, fractured. Now you have a better understanding of it. And let me address the super chats. Thanks, Eddie Perez, $20. Wish you a speedy recovery. Thank you so much. I hope it's a speedy and complete recovery. Fracture clinic will tell me more. Yeah, the extent of my injuries. Hopefully the CT scan didn't reveal anything that needs to be done with surgery-wise. I hope they can just cast it up and make it immobile and I could just regrow my bones and it'll be good. Sheena, thanks for £5. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody here now. Thank you for so much of your love, your support. It really sucks to be in my position right now, not being able to walk except with these, being in a cast. Yeah, my primary concern is getting better now. Chris says, my wife sprained her ankle a year ago. It's still been healing. From what I know, fractures take usually a shorter time to heal, like a few months. Yeah, I'll be out of commission for a few months, for sure. I mean, they always say hindsight is 20/20, right? I could have not used my e-scooter, take public transportation, could have gone slower, could have fell a different way, but I have to deal with the specific injury I suffered from. And looking back on it too, like I really had no time to react after hitting that hole. My scooter just jolted like this, and I was immediately like off of it. They always say the best thing to do when you're falling, or you know you're falling, is to protect your head. But I was already wearing a helmet, and to roll if you can. But you know, when you're that fast, like, it's hard to know how you're gonna fall or anything. Thanks, Andreas. €2. Get well soon. Thank you. If I fell backward, it would have been better because my backpack would have taken the brunt of it, and I would have been like, oh, okay, my backpack got squished, but like I'm still up and running. But I fell forward, my foot hit the ground first, and that's what broke. But oh, thanks, Benno. £2. If you stream like this, we will support. I appreciate it. But it's life, you know. Life always brings about unpredictable things. Medical is one of them. And you really can tell with medical. You know, every day I say this to myself, like, cherish it like it's a day you deserve and one of the few days you may get to live. I'm not saying to like spend like money recklessly, like YOLO, you only live once, or just like live recklessly like that, but just be appreciative of what you have, because Something can happen like me where you can't walk for a few months, or you can get into like a, you know, terminally ill situation. You find out you have a disease and you only have this amount of time to live, or I may have gotten hit by a car too, who knows. But I'm actually grateful that this happened and not something more seriously injured happened to me. Like I said, I will make a recovery from this. It's just that I have to find out the extent of the recovery. So, thanks, Marjorie. Sorry about your injury. Take care of yourself. Hope you're able to walk soon. Soon is gonna be for a few months at least. I can walk with these. Yeah, it might be fun to do a crutches video if I could. Chest mount maybe. Thanks, Ken C. 20 Singaporean. Hi from Singapore. Hope you're back on your feet and in action. I should do a crutches walking video. Thanks, Peter Bradfield. Knee walker, you could still make videos with assist. I mean, I could still make videos. It's just that, you know, I don't want to extend myself in a situation where I can get injured again and everything. Thanks, Laurel Gilzapi 1999. Appreciate it. Yeah, I can always do videos from home or do stuff from the videos I already have. I have a huge library, more than any other YouTuber that I know. Over 5,000 videos on my channel. But yeah, if I can get like a family member to drive me around, I could probably make videos that way. But you know, like I said before, making videos isn't really my priority right now. I want to get better. I don't want to stress myself. And I just appreciate all of your support. I need to recover. Because I don't want to be, you know, without my foot for the rest of my life. I'm pretty sure I can make a recovery from it. I'm a young guy. And you just have to push on. That's it. Thanks, Osfly Girl and Sunshine. $20 from Osfly Girl and $9.99 from Sunshine. I really appreciate all of your generosity. Oh man, this is a real outpouring of support. Thanks, Susan. Appreciate the $9.99. Mike says, just got here. How did you crash? What happened? Last video you saw, I was in the New York area. It was my last live stream 2 days ago. I was riding on a side street with an e-scooter, ate a utility cover in a construction cut that was like this big. The blacktop asphalt was here and my scooter went boom. And left foot touched the ground first and it fractured my midfoot and I fell on my hands. This is nothing. But yeah, I'll be out of commission. I spent the entire day at the emergency room yesterday waiting to see a doctor and getting casted, x-ray, CT scan. Being that from, I'm out of the country too, I'm not a Canadian citizen, I had to pay $800 Canadian up front before they could even see me. That's everybody who sees the emergency room that's not a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. And I have to pay for all the other stuff at the hospital too. Ali says you should try to get home. I'll try. I mean, I already have the fracture specialist appointment scheduled, so I do want to make it to that for sure. And see what they say, because they already have my CT scan and X-ray and everything. There's the hospital, so. Thanks, Becky. $9.99. Best wishes for a speedy recovery. Take care. Appreciate it. Dream Machine says $800 is crazy. It's healthcare in the Western world. That's just the admission fee for the physician's fee and administration. And anything extra is extra, you know. X-rays, CT scan, crutches. I had to pay for the crutches too. The personnel taking care of you, that will have to be paid for. Thank you, DK Hendrick, for the very generous $49.99 and M Wall on the Run. I really appreciate all of your support. Roy says, didn't notice any construction markings along the street. There are no pylons or cones. I mean, it was a very sneaky hole, dip in the road, because there's a construction cutout and it's down here. Extremely hard to see, and the fact that it was so small made it worse. Because a big hole, you could say, oh, look at that big hole, you know, you can go around it, but oh man. Thanks, Bagels and Walks, $19.99. Speedy recovery. I appreciate it, man. And Damaris Cologne, $20. Hope for a fast recovery. Come back strong. I appreciate it. Mike says so much for healthcare for all. Sheesh, that sounds brutal. I know what they mean by, you know, it's good to live in Canada, but just don't visit the doctor, or hope that you don't have to visit the doctor, because it's a big problem in the West, not just Canada, but the United States too. Out of control medical costs. Even if you have insurance, it doesn't even pay everything. There's deductibles, co-pays, and, you know, they even raise the premiums on you too after you use the insurance. So thanks. Follow 66 with $2. Wish you well. Appreciate it. Paul Blunt 27 says stay in Toronto, run for mayor. Senator Star says Canada should pay your medical bills. Well, I actually did look into that, and there is a website where you can report the you can file a claim with the city of Toronto, so we'll see how that goes. Roy says I have a claim due to the fact that the city of Toronto and contravention of the Ontario Highway Traffic Act. We'll see how that goes. Thanks, Dream Machine. Thanks so much for all you've done. You're welcome. We've been friends for years. You're a great person. Praying for a speedy recovery. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, Sipri Makobak. This is what I didn't like about the scooters. The wheels are too small. They're too dependent on the quality of the surface. It's very easy to fall off of them. Yeah. That's one thing about the scooters too. You really have to be careful with the surface of the road. This time there really wasn't an opportunity to avoid it because it was so sneaky that cutout wasn't flat with the road. But had I been using my Segway scooter, I think it would have been a different outcome, and I think I would have survived. I was using Johnny's scooter, which doesn't have suspension, and was actually a much rougher ride on the road. It was like boom, 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 boom. So. Oh man. Didn't really get too much sleep last night either. Thanks, Christopher. You got this, action kid. Keep your head up. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Monica, Oancia, 999, praying for you. Hope you recover quickly. I hope so too. I'll show you my cast. Why not? This is so heavy. It's just the temporary one until I go to the fracture clinic on Tuesday. Darn. Basically, it's this part of the foot that's broken. It looks very, very intimidating and is so heavy. And my crutches. Gosh. This is how I have to walk over to restroom and everything. Roses and Bloom says, what about food for yourself? Yesterday before I left for the hospital, I knew I was gonna need food. What am I doing with these crutches? Let me sit down. Ugh. I ordered Uber Eats, and I actually had my host here bring it down for me, and I even feel bad about that. Like, I feel like I'm a burden on them too, having them do all my chores for me, you know, laundry, getting stuff for me from common area, and helping me up. Yeah, I'll visit the fracture clinic, and I'm hoping it'll be a simple procedure. Just cast it up and I'll heal up just fine and not need surgery. I do not want surgery for sure. Because some of these Lisfranc injuries, they put screws in your foot or like bands, and gosh, it cringes me to even think of that. Thanks, only that funky shit with $19.99. Start a GoFundMe. Hope to see you back in action soon. I appreciate it. Man. Thanks, Bash Brannigan 279. Were you streaming when it happened? Yep, you could look. 2 days ago I was streaming. Oh, let me tell you about this too, but that live stream actually ended prematurely because my phone ran out of battery. But I actually got rained on pretty hard going back to where I'm staying here in Toronto. But it was a good like half an hour longer after the battery ran out that I had to ride and like take a break because my foot was hurting. I'm so shocked that I was able to get back by myself in the rain and that downpour. Actually, like to ride a scooter on a fractured foot and make it back here and spend the night here before going to the hospital yesterday. I was coming in here hopping on my right foot, and I actually tried walking on it for a little bit, and walking on it was like that. It sucked. I'm actually glad that I was able to make it back here before like I really got soaked, because the rain actually yesterday and the rest of that night wasn't welcoming, to say the least. It was really torrential downpours in Toronto yesterday especially. Natural Justice says free healthcare in Canada, but did you have to pay? Only for Canadian citizens and permanent residents. US citizen like me, we gotta pay out of pocket. Lizzo says you really don't feel the pain until the aftermath. Well, to be fair, I rested my foot 2 nights ago, and I felt fine in the morning. I was like, oh wow, I think I'm okay. I think I just sprained my foot, and then I tried walking on it again, and I was like, yeah, something's wrong. And I called an Uber to the hospital. Oh, it sucks. And this derails my whole plans for Toronto, because you know I was planning to stay here for a few more days, and now I have to stay here for medical follow-up. Drink some water. I'm yapping so long. Actually, I need more water. Oh my gosh. I gotta fill this up again. I don't have time to go to the kitchen. It's so far. I'll just use the bathroom sink. And now my water bottle's leaking. must pain you all to see me walking on crutches. It's frustrating for me as well. That's better. Mickey got teary-eyed. I mean, I'm in high hopes. I want the best possible outcome for me, which is full and complete recovery with no surgery involved. 6 to 8 weeks, right? That's the best outcome. Thanks, Esther. $1.99, get better, AK. You made it back on adrenaline. I did. I sure did. First time fracturing any part of my body, breaking any bones in my body, and made it back on my own on a fractured foot, and got out of the ring too. I was really hoping it was just a sprain or a bruise, but that's not the case. We got fractures. 2 fractures in the midfoot. The Lisfranc injury. I'm surprised they have a name for it, but Jody Grubbs, $10. My gosh, I can now see the live chat here. I'm sure it's being played for you. Have a quick recovery. Thank you. Lisfranc injury, where cavalrymen got injured. That's how old this injury is. Falling from a horse and the foot stays in the stirrup. Except my horse this time was an electric scooter, not an animal. I can imagine being a cavalryman in the 1800s. Can you imagine me doing a live stream on a horse? And then my foot got caught in the stirrup. Well, we fast forward to 2024. Here's my horse. Oh man. Hey, they can go the same speed, right? Horses and electric scooters. Except the horse would deal with a pothole a lot better than my e-scooter would. Thanks, Zach. $5. Good morning, AK. Lovely chatters. Heal well. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Jock Pilon. $5. Quick recovery from Karen and I. Thank you, thank you. I mean, I'm trying to make the best of this, everybody. I'll be stuck here for a few more days until the fracture clinic. I don't really want to go out and stress my body or risk further injury. Another thing I'm gonna have to deal with is to figure out how to take a shower with my cast on, because this cast is a temporary one. I haven't taken a shower in 2 days. I have a plastic bag here, like a garbage bag. I could probably tie it up around the cast so it doesn't get wet. Yeah, Mike, it was frustrating when I fell off and no one checked on me. There was a man there who was sitting like on a stoop there on a house. He didn't even say anything. But I got wet. coming back, but I was able to get back, which is, I'm very grateful for that. If I got caught in the rain and a broken foot, that's horrible. Mary says, get a chair to put in the shower, stick the leg out the curtain. I could do that, actually. Yeah, because there's a sliding glass door. I could bring this chair there and just put my, oh, wait a second. I'll think about it. I could probably close the sliding glass door on my leg and wrap the leg with plastic, and there's a shower head there that comes off, so I could. Sponge bath could work too. Thanks R Mike for $4.99, appreciate it. And Kathleen Craig, $10. Quick and comfortable recovery. I really, really appreciate it. I'll have to think about how I want to shower. Yeah, roses in bloom. I just use a washcloth and just wash myself. Let's. Just a lot of thoughts going through my mind. A lot of uncertainty too, because leading up to this fracture clinic, I'm hopeful. Like I'm like 80% certain that I won't need surgery. This is just my predictions, I should say. Plastic bag around the cast. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I have a plastic bag. Don't worry, everyone. I'll recover from this. Still have a smile on my face. It's just that maybe you won't be seeing as many videos from me, as my concern now is getting better, not pushing out YouTube videos. I want to see what the fracture clinic says. That's going to tell me a lot on Tuesday. I'll probably do an update on my condition after the fracture clinic. who knows, maybe they can just give me a boot and it'll be a lot more comfortable than going around with this hardened cast. It's so annoying. Jay Sully wants me to go back over what happened for people that are just joining. Yeah, no, people are joining all the time, but long stories short, I'm in a sucky situation. I have a cast on, I have to walk with crutches. I'll show the cast for you. That's my cast. It's only temporary until I visit the fracture clinic Tuesday. And the way I got this injury is because I was riding my electric scooter. Thanks MBTV. Wishing you speedy recovery, positive thoughts. You'll be fully healed. I hope so. So I was riding electric scooter from Toronto CNE, and I hit a utility cover about this big and a square construction cut. The black top was over here, the cut was down here. So boom, my left foot hit the ground first like this, and I was running with the scooter for a good second, and I fractured 2 parts on my left foot. It's called a Lisfranc injury, named because a physician back in the 1800s noticed French cavalrymen getting the same injury when they fell from their horse and the leg was still in the stirrup. So thanks C Medina 238 with $9.99. Get well soon. Yes, I'm hoping I'll get well soon for my sake and for all of your sake too, as I know everyone's so worried about me. I really appreciate everyone's love, prayers, support, anything you could, send of appreciation is amazing. My YouTube channel wouldn't be here without all of you, and I'm so grateful. But I'm just giving you this update because I'm injured. There's no way I can make videos like the way I used to anymore, at least for a few months. Oh gosh, I just squirted myself with water. Ugh. Boss Flago says, don't worry about work, pop on when you feel like a chat. Well, I guess now that I'm injured and I don't plan to go out anywhere in Toronto, I could tell you like what I was planning to do in Toronto that I never did. So throughout this time, I was planning to do like a downtown walk, which I never did. I wanted to do Toronto Island, make a video on the ferry, walk around the island. I wanted to actually drive my car to many of these Chinese and Asian communities in the greater Toronto area, like Markham, Richmond Hill, And check out Scarborough as well, and the beaches area, which I never got around to. And all that's gonna be, you know, I can't do that anymore, but at least I was able to record what I could. Jerry says there's always next time for those plans. Yeah, I just need to get better first. That's what it is. Thanks, Maria King, $4.99. So sorry. Hope you heal well. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Susie Bird 307. Thank you. It says feel better soon. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I still have a lot of videos to post from when I actually drove up here from New York City, as well as my time in Niagara Falls and the short time I was in Toronto before I got injured. I still have a video of the CNE that I want to post. So, thank you, Choosy Heretics. Thank you for a $10 super chat. Let me see if that video is actually done processing. No, it's not. I may have to do some editing on it because there's a lot of copyright music. Thanks, Angie D. Palo with $6.99. Really thoughtful, appreciated. Lauren Ibsen, $10. Thanks. Thanks. Sorry to hear about your accident, aka wish for a speedy recovery, return home. I hope so too. Surfboard $9.99. Hi, aka we all love and support you. Just get better. That's what we all want, right? I want to be well. I want to be back walking on my feet again, making videos, and yeah. One thing is for sure though, I'd still like to keep the channel active, even though I'm injured, even though I can't walk as well as I used to, so I'll definitely figure something out. And this is horrible. I never thought I would break a bone in my life, but it happened. Yep. There's that, and there's that. Yes, Osflago, every day I'll get stronger for sure. My bones need to heal. My body needs to heal. You need to eat well, and that's it. Sheridan says this must be the longest time you've taken away since you started your channel. I think it may be. Yeah, but my purpose is not to push out content like as much as I used to. It's to get better, like I said. Oh man. Oof. Feels like my foot is like 50 pounds heavy with this cast on. Whew. You know, it's too bad that I had to get injured right now. And to get injured here in Canada and not somewhere close to where your family is, it's not a good feeling either. Yeah, thanks, Lizzo. I may not have my blood family here, but YouTube family's here. The Gilded Age Phoenix says you look depressed, dude, almost like I do when someone stole my teddy bear. I am gonna admit I am a little bit upset that it happened to me. I mean, who wouldn't be? Like, as someone was walking and as active as much as I am to get injured like that, like this. Frustrated, not knowing what the outcome's gonna be because I don't know the results of that CT scan yet. I think I'll know a lot better after Tuesday. Anyway, I think I might wrap up this stream soon. I do want to figure out how I'm gonna take a shower here, because yeah, get some food and maybe work on some of the videos that I already recorded and I want to publish. I can definitely do that. Tomorrow I might even publish the New York City to Toronto driving video, 9.5 hours long. So we'll see. I gotta keep myself busy because I'm gonna be getting used to this room for a while. It's not my room, but alright, I'm gonna sign off, everyone. Setback for me, but definitely not a complete detour from my life, because I know I'll make a recovery. The extent of that recovery is remains to be seen, but I'm very hopeful. I've got a smile on my face. I'm thankful for all of your support, all of your prayers, your love, understanding, and everything. This injury is just part of life, I guess. Life is unexpected, and whatever happened to me 2 days ago was probably gonna happen. Now I have to live with the consequences, but I'm still here. I'm not out. I may be out, not being able to make walking videos the way I do, but I'll try to keep my channel active for sure. But thanks for all your well wishes, all your support, and I'll see you next time, maybe tomorrow. Bye.